So what's the update, David?
Yeah, so basically we are rebranding as Vectal Labs so that we fully embrace this new identity of innovation, research, experimentation, and invention. So basically, the first project, well, I mean, we have Vectal here, but obviously we have multiple GitHub orgs. The one that has the most repos, except for my personal one, is the internal software, where we have all of the internal tools and softwares. But for Vectal Labs, we're going to be basically publishing all the things that we invent and create as small mini projects, right? So this is actually the Paul Graham method of thinking of the best startup ideas, is to not think of startup ideas at all. Instead, really be very aware of like the needs and the problems you have, and just build the cool things you want to build and that wish you existed. So today, we realized that like a lot of the time we complain about agents not running well, and I even have this skill, you know, if you show here, anti-sleep, which is basically like a simple wrapper on top of caffeinate to just prevent my MacBook from going to sleep, right? There is solutions like amphetamine that are even more aggressive, so that when you close the MacBook, it doesn't, like it keeps running, but the issue is, you know, that you gonna destroy the hardware over time. But the main issue is your agents are not running, right? And there's many reasons, right? The agents like doesn't ask for feedback, you know, it's missing some context. But a lot of the issues is like you lose internet for a few minutes, or again, the MacBook closes. These are easily solvable. I mean, we'll see how easy it is, but like these are solvable. And so the first one is like the internet one, basically, right? If Cloud Code loses internet for 5 seconds, it has like these retries. But if it loses internet for a minute, it will not retry, right? It will just stop the task. So let's say you literally go out and like you need to walk through from your apartment to some cafe or whatever, right? Let's say you lose internet for more than 2 minutes. If you had some agents running on your computer, they stop running. And then you have to manually unblock them. You have to think about it, remind yourself, okay, this agent was running. It's a waste of time, right? Your computer should be able to resume these agents. So that's what I'm building right now. Basically a way to detect when your computer loses internet. And the moment it regains internet, it will resume all the agents, starting with Cloud Code inside of CMAX. So just to kind of prove the setup, very simple. And yeah, basically this is like one of the first problems that we will try to focus on with Vectal Labs is keep agents running. This is a major bottleneck in all of us running millions of agents. And that will happen in the future, but right now, you know, the bottleneck is no longer the models are not good enough. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that was the issue. Nobody was running GPT 3.5 or, you know, Llama 3 as their main agent with full email access. But now with Fable, GPT 5.6 Sol, GLM 5.3, Kimi K3, Grok 4.6, these models are good enough. You know, these models are fucking really good. So we have harnesses as well. All the pieces are there. Problem is, for most people, agents are not running, right? And again, some of those reasons are technical and like in missing infrastructure. Whereas like, you know, if you are about to launch a big task, there could be a process, that's another thing we want to invent. Basically a 30-second process that kind of launches amphetamine and has like a 30 seconds to sync all your running work to the cloud to make sure it finishes running, so that like when it makes sense, you use the laptop, when it doesn't make sense, you use the cloud. But sometimes like once we solve these kind of quick wins, the bigger issue is like how the agents unblock themselves. When you have an agent like doing some work and he just asks you, most of these situations, it's a very like repeatable set of steps, right? Sometimes it is like a unique decision or something unexpected, and in those cases, you, the human, should still be involved. But like, let's start with the 5% or the 10% that are like very predictable, you know? Some work finishes from GPT, review it with Fable. Creates a plan, the plan is like very minimalistic, or like the changes are safe, it passes all tests and stuff, and it's just like some simple front-end copywriting change. Push it, you know, like whatever it looks for you. It doesn't have to be development, it can be completely different types of tasks. But like if you analyze your own agentic usage, which that's something we want to do as well, probably tomorrow, because it's getting late, you'll see like the reasons why agents stop running, right? And you'll see like different usage patterns, and usually it's like the couple of the same workflows and processes repeated, you know, like combination of like 1, 2, 3 prompts and like these blocks of prompts repeated in different ways. So again, why not start with automating the first 5 to 10% of the easiest, most predictable processes so that you, the human, don't have to be the one unblocking these worker agents. It can just be a manager agent that has access to all of them, sees them, and it's like, this is a process that David has repeated 70 times himself, and it matches perfectly to the conditions. I'm just gonna unblock this other worker agent, telling him to go to the next step, or telling him to finish it, or telling him to keep going. And again, that already is an incredible win. Just regaining that 5%, 10%, and that's only the beginning. I presume, my theory is that you can probably have an agent do 80 to 90% of your agentic engineering, because again, most of it is very predictable processes, unless you're inventing new technology or starting a new repository and you have to make a lot of technical decisions. Most work is just this customer reported a bug, check the logs, did it actually happen? Just repeatable processes, right? And again, there's no reason there couldn't be a Fable 5 agent managing a bunch of worker agents rather than you managing those worker agents. So yeah, this is one of the first directions we're gonna take with Vectal Labs. Is basically solving the big problem of agents not running. And even if we help the world 1% on that problem, that's already tens of billions of dollars of GDP and massive growth unlocked. Because again, whatever it takes to get us from the current situation to you can have 1 million agents running productively, that's gonna unlock insane abundance and progress.